you feeling depressed, anxious, and powerless right now? TikTok is the reason, and I'm gonna tell you why. The TikTok algorithm is interest-based, so it shows content that reflects what viewers have previously watched, whether they engaged with it or not. Within a short space of time, the algorithm can detect their hobbies and interests, sense of humor, fashion style, music tastes, sexual orientation, political views, and much more. This personalized viewing experience sounds harmless, but it can push users down a rabbit hole that can reinforce negative thoughts and behaviors, and bombard them with content that is not always healthy. Every time users watch a video on TikTok, dopamine is released in their brains in a way that mimics the effects of drugs, and there is not much that can compete with this type of stimulation. Young people are more predisposed to addiction because their brain development is not complete until they reach 25 to 30 years old. So, is TikTok bad for your brain? A study investigating Douyin, the Chinese equivalent of TikTok, found that personalized videos suggested by the algorithm stimulated the brain's reward centers more than random videos watched by new users. It also found that brain scans of Chinese college students who watched personalized videos had highly activated areas involved in addiction, and some users struggled to control their viewing habits. For many teens, TikTok is a fun way to stay entertained, informed, and connected. However, for others, sharing and watching videos for hours on end can be harmful to their emotional well-being. Here are some of the ways that TikTok can affect young people's mental health. A study of high school students in China who regularly use TikTok found that those with addictive tendencies towards TikTok had higher rates of anxiety, stress, and depression than those who use the app less frequently. Some impressionable TikTok users are watching and being influenced by content that normalizes eating disorders like anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa. Videos such as, "What I Eat in a Day, Under 1,200 Calories," encourage an unhealthy relationship with food and portray eating disorders as a lifestyle choice, rather than dangerous mental illnesses. Research has found that 13-year-old teenage girls who use social media for at least 2 to 3 hours daily at the start of a 10-year study, then greatly increase their usage over time, were at a higher risk of suicide as adults. Whereas, for boys, social media use had no obvious effect on their suicidality risk. The impact of TikTok dopamine on the brain can lead to the problematic use and, in extreme cases, TikTok addiction. This can have a range of negative impacts, including disrupted sleep, neglected hygiene, poor school performance, family conflict, and social isolation. Binging on an endless stream of 15 to 30-second long videos slashes our attention span like no other type of media can do. And the fact that regular users spend hours more on average on TikTok compared to more traditional social media platforms only adds up to the problem. Short-term memory and the ability to concentrate are also affected. Devoted TikTokers report that they are unable to focus on longer video formats anymore, let alone reading a book or doing homework. 50% of users admit that they find longer videos stressful. The platform has indeed introduced longer video formats of up to 10 minutes earlier in 2022 in an attempt to diversify their advertising palette. But marketers are aware that super short videos continue to be the most engaging content type for young audiences. In 2022, the optimal length of TikTok videos is estimated to fall between 21 and 34 seconds. Other social platforms begin to feel slow and boring compared to this fast-paced app that serves new content at the flick of one's thumb. TikTok's feed is created addictive by design. Unlike Facebook or Instagram that mostly serve us content from people or brands we already follow, the micro-video app revolves around the feature of the endless scroll, pumping out algorithm-based recommendations for entertaining videos by all sorts of unknown creators. The content detection algorithm is purposely developed and constantly refined to match users' interests and keep them on the platform for as long as possible. TikTok, a platform driven by social voyeurism. One study found that user-generated content is the most addictive type of content for young people who practically come on the app to binge on the lives of strangers. TikTok operates on the psychological principle of random reinforcement. The endless video stream is addictive by itself. simply because we expect to get a reward, in the form of a funny video, followed by a shot of dopamine in the brain. Any second now. Dopamine spikes happening in quick succession is what makes TikTok similar to gambling. Research shows that addiction gradually shrinks the human brain. This MRI study from 2013 shows that online game addiction leads to structural atrophy in the frontal cortex. Another research from 2018 indicates that visible atrophy takes place in the brains of children aged 9 to 10 who use smartphones for more than 7 hours per day. That may seem like a lot, but recent data shows that the average screen time is on the rise, totaling 4 to 6 hours for children aged 8 to 12 and over 8 hours for teenagers since the pandemic started. With its entertainment-focused algorithm kept in constant learning mode based on each individual user's preferences, TikTok has the power to relieve boredom almost instantaneously. This comes at a price though, a decreased ability to keep oneself entertained without the app, followed by an increased dependence on the app. One study found that proneness to boredom in children and adolescents is linked to increased access to technology, which further fuels digital addiction. Our brains digest visual information faster than text. This is why videos will always eclipse text-based information online, while the development of reading skills in children will lag behind their social media activities. Still, TikTok is even more detrimental for the honing of reading habits in younger users than most of the other social media platforms, simply because the platform does not include text at all. And above all of that, it is cringy. And since there is a problem, there must be a solution for it. So make sure to subscribe, hit the like button and wait for the next video.